they don't communicate with each other. We're not going to solve congestion. We're not going to be able to find parking anymore easily. So it's not enough just to make vehicles clean. We have to make them connected, and that's where the connectivity comes in. These vehicles are capable of driving autonomously and manually, but they use a combination of sensing and communication. We demonstrated 3 or 4 years ago a vehicle with a lot of sensors around it, which could drive autonomously. It's an expensive solution, but it works. We've also been developing a system based on communications where the vehicles communicate with each other to avoid collisions. But that requires that the other vehicles have communication capability as well. So they both have pros and cons. With the Envy, we combined the two. We said, let's keep some of the sensing, but get rid of some of it, keep it a simple system, and combine it with some communications technology. So the Envy can avoid collision both with communications technology and sensing technology, and we'll demonstrate that later. This is the typical design of the California design vehicle that we've led the development of. You see we have antennas on the roof of the vehicle for GPS and for wireless communication. The GPS is obviously for positioning the vehicle and knowing the position of the vehicle. Wireless is for communicating that position, communicating the speed, the direction. We also have sensing technology on the front of the vehicle, so even if the vehicle is coming to a person that doesn't have communication, it doesn't hit the person. And we'll demonstrate collision avoidance with the person or it doesn't have communication capability using sensing technology. And then the third piece of the puzzle is that it's designed for urban use. Again, we could have a networked vehicle that's electric, but if it's large, it's still going to be difficult to park, it's still going to consume quite a lot of energy, and it still may be heavy and pose a hazard to pedestrians and cyclists if it hits it. So we really want to tailor the vehicle to specific use, urban applications. This isn't a vehicle designed to go anywhere like a car. A car is a good bounty knife, it can do anything pretty much. But it's really a blunt instrument for urban driving. It comes with a lot of challenges associated with it, like energy, environment, safety, congestion, parking. A vehicle tailored for urban use can be a lot smaller. It doesn't need to go as far or as fast, and it can be a lot more compact. So this is the dimension of the Smart you've seen, small car. Our vehicle is about half the length of the Smart car, about 1.5 meters in all directions. And a typical parking space is about 15 square meters. So we could park probably about 6 times as many of these vehicles into a given parking lot as traditional cars can be parked. Because they're a lot more maneuverable and a lot smaller. So compared to a conventional vehicle, a typical NV type vehicle that's optimized for urban use might be 3 times lighter, might take up 3 times less space, would be a lot more maneuverable, so it would probably require 5 or 6 times less parking lot real estate, parking the same number of vehicles. It doesn't need to go as far or as fast. We think maybe something in the region of 50 kilometers an hour top speed and 50 kilometers range, roughly 30 miles range, 30 miles an hour top speed is probably sufficient. If you look at driving speed in Manhattan today, 10 miles an hour is the average driving speed going across town, Manhattan. And those speeds are typical if you go to other cities around the world, like London or Mumbai. So driving speeds aren't that high today because of traffic. You don't need to have a very fast vehicle with a high top speed. What matters is actual speed, not what the top speed capability is. Same thing with range. If you look at the data, people aren't driving very far in living urban areas. They're probably driving about 30 miles a day, less in other countries than in America. So you don't need a large range, and that means that the vehicle can be a lot more affordable. It doesn't need such a large battery, it doesn't need such high powerful motors. So that's one of the things that's really exciting about these vehicles. With today's technology, we think we can make something that's very affordable. Normally you think of advanced technology as being expensive, but here we have a case of advanced technology. It's because of the requirements being reduced compared to a conventional car. It can be affordable. So in summary, this vehicle is a combination of 3 aspects. One is the electrification of the propulsion system to address energy and environmental issues. The second is the connectivity between the vehicles to address safety and congestion issues. And the third is the design of the vehicle to address parking and affordability issues. And by combining these 3, we can address all of the challenges associated with moving around in cities while still preserving the basic elements of the car for urban driving, which is the free to choose the route and the schedule, unlike taking the train or the bus. You're protected from weather, and you can carry cargo, you can carry passengers. You have climate control in the vehicle, it's comfortable, so it's better than a bicycle or walking. It preserves the essential elements of the car without a lot of the downsides of the car from the city perspective. But it's a purpose-built design for urban driving. So I just want to quickly go through the features that you'll see demonstrated today. I'll explain them in more detail when we're outside. There's three sets of features we want to demonstrate. One is automated parking and retrieval, which we call virtual valet. Second is collision avoidance between vehicles and also between a vehicle and a pedestrian. And the third is platooning between the vehicles, where the vehicles follow each other. And that's a very interesting concept if you think about it, where maybe the vehicle in front could be driven by a professional driver. You have train the vehicles behind them in the future, so it's almost like a virtual bus, where everybody else will just relax, take their hands off the wheel, and they're following the driver in front. But they have the freedom of going off the route when they want to as well. So it's better than just being in a bus. So these are the benefits we want to talk about, and so I think that sums it up. I'd like to now ask you to come outside and we'll start the demonstration of the autonomous features, and then you'll have a chance to ride in the vehicles afterwards.